Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this one, I wanted to talk about what is a workspace when you are using Metasploit. So when you get started with the Metasploit, which is one of the most popular penetration testing framework in the world, you just start using it, right? But you can do better, okay? And the workspace is really, you can think about a boundary where you can keep your different data sets separate from one from the another one. Okay, so you say you are doing one test, one job maybe for one client, and you want to keep all of that data separate. You can use the workspace concept and create a dedicated workspace for one client, and then when you were done working, you go and create a new workspace for the different client, and then you start working on it. Okay, so in here we're going to see how we are going to use that concept, okay, and learn few commands. So let's just start our Metasploit. I'm already in the Kali Linux. It's 2022. So sudo msf console. That's what I'm going to use to open that one for now. And I should have the msf version 6. Okay, that's good. So I'll just quickly check DB status. I always like to check that, make sure that it's connected to my database. It's working fine, which it is. So here, the when you start your your when you start your Metasploit, it creates a default database. Okay, and if you run the workspace command just by itself, just like that, okay, what you see that you have a default database, a workspace, and there are a couple others I created for other reasons. Okay, now the star next to the default indicates that right now I'm in the default database at the moment. Okay, now let's see what other commands are available. What can you do with this particular command? So next, let's look at workspace. That's H is for help. So if I enter, so these are all of the different things that you can do. Okay, workspace, list workspaces. So if you want to switch to a different workspace, they're saying, hey, just write down workspace and the name of the workspace that you want to go to. If you want to add a workspace, just use A. If you want to delete a workspace, use D. If you want to delete every workspace, use the capital D. If you want to get some help, use H. List workspaces, you can do dash L. I think even if you don't use L, this will do the same job. If you want to rename, use R. If you want to search for a workspace, if you have maybe 50 and looking for one, use capital S. And if you want to list the workspaces verbosely, you can use dash V. I don't uh, think that you need to remember all these commands. Just remember that you have the workspace available to you to keep all of the different data sets separate from one each other, one from another, and use it. So let's try out a couple of commands here. So let's say I'm starting a new project for a big tech company. I'm gonna create a workspace for them. So work actually before I create that one, let's do one thing. I'm here and let's just open another file real quick and let's look at the existing database file. That is an important one, and where you store your database for your Postgres. This is really the file database.yml. In Color Linux 2022, this is the path where you can find it. And what I'm really going to take a quick look at, okay, what I have. Test, then I have one production, I have development environment, okay, three different environment. These are my database connection. Okay, that things look good. I'm all right here. So let's come back to this one. Okay, so what I'll do, uh, I'm gonna run the workspace command and with dash L, and to show you that this dash L did the same thing. Okay, if I ran without L, I'm still getting the same result. Okay, now let's add a new workspace. As I said, I was going to work for a new uh, tech company, so let's just do tech project. Okay, that is going to be my new workspace, and I need to add the dash a flag in there, dash a to add. Oh, now even here it said, oh, my workspace command is wrong, workspace. Okay, now it's added. Now it said, hey, now finally you know how to type, and I have added this workspace tech project. Now, once you do that, let's run the workspace dash l command again. And what you see when you create it, it automatically take you from the default workspace and it put it you in that project. Okay, it thought, okay, when you were creating, probably you really want to go to the project and start working on, but maybe that's not the case. Maybe you want to still work on the default. This is a future project. Okay, so what you can do, you can just go and say workspace and name. Okay, and that will bring you back to the other workspace that you want to. So again, so I can just do workspace and then just say default. So that should take me back to the default workspace. Again, if I do workspace L, if you see, I'm back to the default workspace. Isn't that wonderful? Now, so you know how to add a workspace. Now let's delete a workspace. Let's say I'm done with the class demo project. So let's just delete that workspace. So workspace dash D and then class demo 2. And it says, hey, you deleted the workspace. Look at that. Now let's do a workspace L. Look at that. I have only three different workspace, and the workspace that I had for class demo is completely gone. Now, the next thing that we can do, maybe the last thing, let's just rename the test to something more real. Maybe this is a infrastructure component that I work for. So I want to rename the workspace accordingly. So workspace dash R is for rename. So test. So I'll just call it infra project and hit enter. And it said, hey, you have renamed the workspace test to infra project. So let's validate that one real quick. And look at that, everything looks good. Now let's just practice one more time to go inside the infra project. Okay, and now I'm inside the infra project again. If I do L, that's where I am. I'm ready to start working. So that's kind of all I wanted to share about this particular workspace and how you can use the workspace to keep your different projects separate from each other. So when you are doing your actual project using Metasploit, keep this handy and use it as per your own need. Thank you very much. Have a good day.